Hi, everyone. So, we're in the height of summer here in Canada, and it's so wonderful to hear the birds chirping, singing at all hours outside my window. And so that made me think of today's topic, signs from the universe. The universe is always communicating to us through signs, symbols, messages. Sometimes it can mean it's just a hello from someone who's passed, or there's signs from your spiritual team pointing you in very supportive directions, guiding you along your path. For instance, one example of a sign is several people may recommend the same book or movie or location or class or course to you in a short time period. This is when the spiritual world is delivering their guidance through other people's messages. So take note of that frequently mentioned book, movie, TV show, course, or place, or other idea. So your team will open the doorway of information for you this way. And then it's up to you to say, okay, message received. And then you take action by reading that book, watching that movie, or going to that location, or taking that class, or researching more about it. There's also physical signs. So I think most people know about the feather that crosses your path as a sign from an angel, or one that floats by you, a coin you find, or perhaps an unusual encounter with a bird or a different type of animal. Some signs are trucks driving by with an angel name or wings painted on it, and it's more than one. There's no limit to how these signs can come into our awareness and into our world. I've had signs come in all kinds of different ways. One of my first ones that I really noticed and that really made a huge difference in my life was I was going through this really hard emotional time in my life. And I got what I thought was a random email inviting me to an angel meditation with a lady I've never heard of, but she lived near me. So I was intrigued, mildly intrigued. I hadn't heard anything about angels before that. And so I went, and it was amazing. I mean, that opened the door to all things angels. That lady became one of my biggest mentors in my journey. And I asked her, I said, well, how did you get my email? Like, this is weird. I got a sign out of an email out of the blue. She's like, I don't know. This is my email list. I didn't change it. Anyway, so that is a definite sign of how angels working behind the wings. Then another time, the lock to my mailbox just stopped working. Just wouldn't allow the key in. So of course I had to physically call someone to fix it. But then after thinking about it for a while, I realized, I think there's a deeper message that I was blocking some kind of communication, some spiritual communication coming in. So I set aside more time to meditate, to receive, to connect and receive, because, we all get busy, and meditation and sitting in stillness are usually the things that go out the window first. Who has time to meditate when you've got 100 things to do? But it's, even that few minutes a day is always important, just to receive and calm yourself, calm your mind, center your mind. And of course, I've had physical signs too, like 3 cardinal birds that crossed my path in the same walk I was on. That's usually a sign. At that moment, it was a past loved one wanted to get in touch. I've had a lot of feathers on my path, reminding me that I'm never alone. And a friend of mine actually received mail, a letter with a tiny little feather in it. It in the correspondence had nothing to do with the feather. Anyway, at that time it was a sign from her past mother. So beautiful sign. And then, of course, other signs are numbers, repetitive numbers like 111, 222, 444, and it goes on. When you always happen to glance at the clock and that's the time, 11:11 or 1:11 or 4:44. Or you go shopping and your receipt adds up to something like 28:28 or even 14:14, something matchy like that. And if it happens more than once, those are usually signs from your team, from angels. And you can buy books or you can just Google what the meaning of the numbers are, because everything has a vibration in the universe, including numbers. So I would advise looking them up, looking up the meaning. And in general, my advice to stay aware of what really crosses your path on a daily basis, whether it's from nature, another person, a vehicle driving by, a repetitive dream, something you hear a lot, or something you see a lot, or even something that happens that's annoying, like the mailbox, but has a deeper message. Take some time to sit and think and ask, okay, what's this message you're trying to bring into me? If you're unclear, get a little firm with your team and say, okay, I have no idea what you're trying to tell me. So I need you to be more obvious. I appreciate the subtle messages, but you got to give me something like smack in my face 3 times at least. I need a big message to understand you because I have no idea what you're trying to tell me. And then, of course, you definitely have to pay attention in what comes in during the next few days, the next few weeks. It's not always instant. I mean, sometimes it's instant, but it's usually within some time. But don't worry, the messages are usually repetitive. They're always gentle and loving. They'll never say, "Oh, you're so stupid you didn't, follow our guidance." No, it's always gentle and loving and repetitive. So even if you don't hear it or recognize it right away, they'll keep trying, even if it takes years. I had messages that I didn't really register for 10 years before I got it. So don't make that mistake. Stay aware, stay in tune with your surroundings, with yourself, your higher self, because of course your higher self is hearing those messages clear as day. And just be open to receive that guidance. And on another note, I just wanted to let everybody know that I have released a new guided meditation to help you explore your 3 main life purposes and identify any obstacles that might be in your way. So you can find this meditation on my website in the store section. And now I wish you all a beautiful day or a beautiful evening wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.